Dave Dell'Isola on for his Department of Labor update this morning. Good morning, Dave.
Morning, Chris. How you doing today?
Well, it's Thursday.
Yeah, getting close to the weekend.
That's about how we're doing here. Just doing it. How about you?
Everything's going well. I am quite happy with the transition over to the new ARPA plan. I think we've managed to work out most of the kinks, and everybody that was having issues for the most part have been successfully moved over. And yesterday we batched, or I should say Tuesday, we batched $19.3 million. So it's a little bit of a decrease from the previous batch of 25.3. And that's, nothing that surprises us. We're starting to see this island open up. We're seeing a lot more traffic, activities, storms, as we slowly recover and getting our, to the path to half. So, we've seen basically a $6 million drop in PUA benefits. So, I think that hopefully it will be a trend, as we move forward, but we'll see.
So is that what you kind of attribute that $6 million decrease in PUA payouts? Is that people are exiting the program and getting back to work?
Anecdotally, that seems to be the true the reasons. We did look on Hire Guam. There is an increase of posting for employers and an increase in hiring. So, none of this is hard data, but when I look at all the signs from the various areas, it all points to that. And like I said, I'm sure you can agree, when we go out on our island, you see the parking lots, the traffic, everything you got spoiled going out in the streets. I can get down to Tucson from my house in, less than 10 minutes. Now it's back up to 15, 20 minutes. And, Micronesian Mall traffic and everything. So it's too early to say 100%, but everything looks towards that.
Yeah, we've been having some job fairs lately. I know UOG had one, and then there was that Longhorn Steakhouse that just had a job fair.
Yeah, we've been keeping a close eye on this activities, and there seems to be a lot of good response, a lot of good turnout, people getting hired, and so the governor and I are keeping a close eye on the diversity and the amount of businesses that are opening. And we're now that we've worked our way into the new ARPA claims, and that is moving smoothly. We are starting to look into the work search requirements, and when should we actually decide to do something like that, open it up. I don't think there's enough work for tens of thousands of unemployed to go out and have to do job searches, but I think we're in a good direction, and I think maybe within a month or so, we'll keep a close eye, and we might make it a requirement for all PUA recipients.
Dave, is that a requirement in place in the States?
Every state is at their option. It depends on where they're at as far as their recovery from COVID and their situation.
And so how serious is the discussion to implement the job search requirement for those who are on the PUA?
Well, I think, what we're doing now is getting everything in place, getting the forms, getting the procedures. We have a call today after I'm done with you with USDOL and then our system provider to go over some of the requirements and the guidelines, so that there's going to be a barrage of questions and people asking everything. I'm trying to get all those guidances written up, and pressed out, so that when we do implement it, it won't come as a surprise to any of our public.
Dave, the national media reports coming out that obviously President Biden is going to address Congress, and I heard he just unveiled another big spending plan. Did you get eyes on that, or did you have any communication with USDOL about what that new plan includes?
No, we haven't gotten anything or seen anything. They won't share anything unless it becomes more concrete. That's just the way USDOO does things. There's too much, as you know, things change, evolve, and you never know what's going to come out until it's actually voted on, because both houses can just, rip it and change it around or not even pass it. So I don't pay attention other than just keep, an awareness of what's going on and what's being said until it actually gets passed.
Dave, what about some of these training opportunities you were talking about a couple weeks ago? Are we getting closer to starting those up?
Yeah, that's a good question, and I'm glad that you asked that, because that's what I'm really working hard towards now that we seem to transition fairly well into the ARPA plans, and everything is going smoothly. I've been meeting with the various training providers and trying to put together a laundry list of all the training activities that they will be doing, when they're going to be doing, class sizes, so that I can basically press out to the general public all the different varieties of certificate boot camps, training that all our service providers are doing. And they are working, now that we're in PCOR 3 and classrooms can, resume, they have to just keep it, the social distancing and the class size is smaller than typical. But yes, we're working now, even getting some new service providers. I have one that I was talking with who might, be able to provide some entrepreneurship, business planning, how to put together, how to start a business for some of these new millennials that want to come out and, and jump into the business and open up anything from food trucks to takeouts to whatever kind of convenience. A lot of them do not know how to put together a business plan and how to sustain capital and what it takes to get all the licenses and permits. So I'm excited to get that one added onto our list of different types of trainings. But the ones that are graduating now out of GCC is the truck driving. That cohort of people that are graduating out of that all have jobs when they graduate, and that seems to be a very successful. So I want to continue working with that and do some more. We have some heavy equipment operations. They're looking at doing home health care. They're looking at, of course, medical code and billing. There's CNA, certified nursing assistants, home health care, child care. There's all the trades, HVAC. We are trying to diversify and hopefully hit a lot of the interests of some of these unemployed because of COVID. And I have a couple $1 million that's available for them. So if they qualify, so come down to the AJC, make an appointment, get registered on your Hire Guam, put up your profile. That's going to be a requirement for when we step into job search. So what I'm trying to, sorry, I'm jumping around because there's so much going on. But what I'm trying to get out to the employers is that we have a Hire Guam website, which is like a job finder or job site, and it's free. And every one of these unemployed or PUA recipients, when we turn on job search, is required to register and put up their profile. And it's the easiest way for them to do a job search. So you're going to have tens of thousands of people on that. So employers, put in your jobs in there, because you're going to have a lot of people in there. And I hope that it's only as good as the number of employers and the number of employees. So it's a free service. It complements your job fairs. It complements what other paid services that you have. And like I said, it's free. So, I'm just trying to lay the stage for us moving in and PUA shutting down in September. And, everybody, go out there and start getting training, start looking for the jobs now, and don't wait till September.
Yeah, Dave, I was going to ask, so September, obviously this round runs out. Are you hearing about any other PUA programs that might be instituted after September?
No, I'm not. In fact, most of what I'm hearing is that will probably be the last of the assistance. Now, one thing that we've learned about this COVID is anything can happen,
right,
and waves and spreads. But as it looks now, the states are unemployment has been dropping. We seem to be following that same trend, if we're not even ahead of them. I am aware, and one of the biggest issues about me turning on the job search and working with the governor on that is our main number one industry, which is tourism, is still going to be shut down. And forcing all them to do job search when you have that industry still on hold, we have to have that balance of what is fair and what's right. But these are things that we're looking at and us discussing, and I'm sure we'll come to a good conclusion working closely with the governor and having us work with different private sector, Chamber of Commerce and Guam Hotel and Restaurant. I'm always working with them in anything that we do.
Right. Dave, I got my calculator out. I just was wondering if an individual was on the PUA and the FPUC from the beginning of round one into round two, how much would that be a week, and how much would they have made just being on the program for this long?
About 50 grand.
50 G's. Wow.
So, that's what's keeping our island afloat. Yeah. And I just requested another $330 million from USDOL to carry us through. And I think, I made sure that we put in a little padding in there to make sure that we cover all kinds of unforeseeable. And so, right now we've requested over $1 billion for my program, or for our program to run. And, I can't say enough that is been out there and used and being spent in the economy. And I of course, I have to wear my lecture hat and say, please save some for when PUA goes out. Don't blow all that wad of money all at once, and then when September comes, there's nothing. You have to be smart. That's still a lot of money. There's enough money to do a little bit of everything and still save for your rent and for your power bills and for your car payments and everything. So please, from what I see and from what I heard, I've spoken with the governor, I've spoken with the congressman, I've spoken with USDOL. None of them have said anything as far as any more money coming down.
Right, but Biden just announced a new plan. We don't have the details on it yet. I'm just saying there could be something in there, right? So
you never know. Yeah. And there's one thing you don't know about politics is what'll happen, and it's better to prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
Right. Yeah. And so many things.
Write that one down.
Yeah. Is that you think of that yourself?
What's that?
You thought of that yourself, huh? Dave, so if someone was on the PUA, the FPUC from the beginning of the program up to now, they would have made $50,000. That's
give or take.
And then, so, I mean, how does that compare to the type of money these guys would make normally? Because I'm assuming a lot of them is like minimum wage jobs.
That's about a year and a half worth of work. or not assistance, I should say.
Yeah.
So $50,000, I think that's more than, you know, a lot more than minimum wage salaries.
Yeah.
And, we have the whole gamut of people on our program. I don't know if you saw some of the demographics that were that was put out there. I mean, we have, majority of the people were reduced in hours. We have everybody from doctors to master degree and bachelor's degree, all the way down to people with no high school degree or elementary
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
So this has affected everybody and anybody and all walks of income levels. I know I have a lot of self-employed friends that still haven't recovered and are out there. So, you know, this has been a great help, not only to Guam, but to the whole nation standing and, getting by this whole economy. But there's, a lot of people have starting to get atrophied, laying on that couch, watching those Netflixes and getting, and,
That's tough
you
though,
know,
Dave, to go from making 50 grand and federal assistance and go out here and grab a minimum wage job. I mean, there's got to be an adjustment period where obviously people on this PUA who were making, I mean, that's like a professional salary. I mean, it's not as much as like a digital content creator or manager or whatever makes at the governor's office, but it's up there, And so when they go back
or
on the,
radio news jockey or anything like that, or,
yeah, yeah,
news people, yeah, they get a lot better.
I don't know about all that. Nice dig though, Dave. But yeah, I mean, what do you make of that adjustment when someone goes from being on the PUA to working for minimum wage, making way
It's,
less?
it's going to be a painful transition to a lot of people. And that's why I just keep preaching now, because it's inevitable and it's human nature. When September comes, they're going to come crying for help. They're going to be crying for work. They're going to be crying for assistance. And those who are smart enough to get up and get the jobs now, to get the training that's free, to get them in a new career path, those are the ones that are going to be doing okay. I'm happy to say that a lot of the ones that were in my COVID recovery, my disaster grant, we sent out about 230 people we hired, and we sent them out to the hospitals, to public health, to GMH, to the clinics, to the mayor's office. They assisted, and instead of staying home and getting our island back together. And we had, out of those, we have 69 people that were picked up for work. So that's what I try to tell people. Take advantage of every opportunity you have, work hard, and when people see you and they see you working hard, they want to hire you. And 69 people out of 230 some people, that's a pretty good success for them, just recovery. Some are public health, some of them are at the various hospitals and clinics. So, that shows that, hard work and perseverance will pay off.
Dave, I want to ask, the governor's getting the $600 million. Has DOL put in any requests for any of that money? And if so, what would you use it for?
Well, we put in for a little bit. Most of what we put on are for succession training. We want to hire, there's a lot of our people that are going to be retiring or are retiring age. And one example would be I want to hire a junior economist. Gary Hiles is a valuable resource, and I lend him out for all of government and for all the banking, for everybody, because there's only like 2 of them on this island.
Yeah.
And he already has over 30 years in. So I want to get 2 junior economists in and have them trained under him to do our unemployment and employment reports and all our statistical data and reporting, and get them trained up and get them to become, ready to take over his reins, and we can have him become more of a government overall consultant for us with his valuable experience. Those are the kind of things that I've asked for. Just like a half a dozen staff that are ready to retire that we want to start doing succession training.
Right. What about staff in terms of like wage and hour enforcement, the other divisions that we normally hear from that we haven't really heard from because of this huge PUA program? Are you looking for funds to bring those on?
Our wage and hours division has been pretty busy. There's still been a lot of complaints coming in, and so that hasn't stopped at all. You just don't hear about it too much because a lot of them, of course, we take care of. We've been working and partnering very closely with Patrick Candeletta at the U.S. DOL Wage and Hour, and I want to thank him. He understands that I got our hands full with PUA and MOU partnering together. He's taken some of our caseload and run with it, but we still have been moving forward with a lot of our caseload. Our workers' comp division has always been something that has been a challenge. I'm on the final stages of bringing an attorney on, I hope, and I've looked and identified some extra resources to be brought in so that we can get some people trained up. That's an area that I've been trying to keep, my finger on, and it's been tough because PUA has been taking a lot of my time. And all our other divisions from OSHA to fair employment, they've all been very busy now as we opened up. I mean, some of them, they can't do inspections. They can't go out and visit businesses when most of them are closed. But yes, those are the kind of places that we're trying to look at succession training, adding resources, because, we want to plan for the future and for the growth of our business community.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate your time. We'll catch up on some of those other issues next time. I'm already tired of hearing about PUA. Making me malago, 50 G's.
Boy, you and me both. I just want to return back to the doing labor stuff.
Right on, Dave. Take it easy.
Take care, and thank you for having me on, Chris.
Always. 7:59. Good morning.